theater is a safe space for refugees, handing over the house. I really love this title, which was given to me, actually, I think from Benita or from Dan, and I really love it because it's as a wish or as a Ethiopian way we want to have it in Hellerau. So I'm going to sum up a little bit what some of you might already experienced in our place, our nice house, if you see it here, Hellerau European Center for the Arts in Dresden. Some of the activities from us where we handed over the house with the new inhabitants in Dresden, and I will give you some new steps and lessons we have learned from the past 3 years. As you all know, and I think I'm repeating this all the time we meet, we have a very special situation in Dresden, as we got quite famous for something which is not our sites or our contemporary art, but for our racist movement, which is called Pegida in Dresden. And for the last 3 years now, they are still walking on Monday morning or on Monday evening and expressing very racist ideas. For me, they're racist, and it's becoming popular to express these ideas openly in public. So this is our situation, and we are in a city which has 500,000 inhabitants, and just after the so-called crisis of refugees coming, or the many refugees coming, we still have just 7% foreigners in the city. So we are not comparable at all to all your situations. And for me and my colleague Dana, it's a holiday to be in Great Britain, let's say, because it's good to see what is possible and what we are going to achieve also in Germany. So from October 2014, some months as Pegida started, it's the same month as they started, we took over our responsibility in Hellerau for an open society and expressed openly refugees are welcome here, as you can still see hanging in front of our theater. And this is more than a statement for us. We live this expression, and we try to convince also others from this. And from April 2015, I think some of them met them already, a Kurdish Syrian family is living with us next to our offices. They are still living with us, but we will come back to this point, like giving safe place. So we handed over the house, let's say. We give just one flat from our artistic flats, apartments to a family from a Kurdish Syrian background, and from this time they are living with us, which means that we also take a lot of responsibility for like social work, including making the papers work, putting the kids now going to kindergarten. Sometimes you have to translate or try to translate if even not knowing Kurdish. The kids going to the kindergarten, so they speak fluently German now, and Hassan and Aisha have work. So from the Federal Republic's view, it should be a very good example of integration, I would say. We offer German classes in our house, so we handed over the house for activists and for all volunteer workers in the community. We try to support the community for the refugee helpers and the volunteers. And also we try to mix our audience as the society is now mixed, or going to be mixed, and make people to meet, because this was the biggest lack in Germany or in Dresden for sure, that no one knew the personal stories of some of the refugees. And also, as you already experienced, most of you, we have a garden project in the backyard of our theater, which is an intercultural garden, the Golgi Park, which also give workspace for refugees, which I think is another step we are going to have now. It's not just a meeting place, but it's also now a workplace. And last Saturday we had the opening of the spring season in the garden with over 400 visitors in the party. Slightly forget to show something. So we also have the kitchen talk, as you experience with my great cooking abilities. But we are still having all these activities next to our artistic program and try to connect all these to a program altogether. So that's the kitchen talk. You can see here, and you see here, there's Hassan in the middle with the black jacket who is living with us. And next to it, was one of the visitors of all our activities for the refugees, and he's now part of our team as a volunteer, but he's working now in the garden. It's summer. But the situation is new now. Yeah, it's the garden, backyard of our theater. I think there's still people who never or will never listen to us or will go to our activities, join our discussions, or even share our ideas. I think I'm giving up with this utopian idea that we convince everybody. They are still living in their bubble and they are not listening to anything else. But we can still strengthen all the others, those who support refugees, those who are open, and the refugees themselves. I think, from my perspective, that we in Hellerau, we don't care so much about Pegida anymore. We try to concentrate on the others and strengthen ourselves, and also to take care of the people, not so much of the negative influence. That's new, I think. And there are not so many refugees on the one hand, because it's not hectic anymore, borders are closed, and the spontaneous social support, like in 2015 and also in 2016, with over 10,000 refugees coming to Dresden, has now ended. So today the people need jobs, they need flats, they need integration, whatever that means. On the other hand, there are a lot of people we forget, those who can never come to Germany or never come to Europe, let's say, and there's also people we forgot who are now getting deported back to their so-called homelands, like the Romani people. Just want to mention, I can't really change all these situations, but I think this is a good example, of course, but we should never forget all the others. Many people now in Dresden met refugees and having questions about their home, their culture. They don't understand, they want to learn maybe the language. So we try to that's me in a dance experience with refugee women. We try to make more of these meeting points, like in workshops for refugee women. We try to have still going on activities in the garden, and it's really nice to see that we really reach people with this. It's not an audience development measure, but our garden, I think, is one of the best things we could ever do for our audience development. Just leave it here, not on the video. But not everything is positive, or as you put it in the last presentation, it is also challenging. Giving safe space, we would love to give this also to the Syrian family living with us, but it's hard with the German federal politics, because they got a rejection of asylum, and the family with the kids since December 2015 are still facing possible deportation to Bulgaria, which they say it's for them, they would rather go back to Syria than to Bulgaria. So this is also for us challenging, because we did it as a symbolic way of showing how we as a theater can be a utopian place. But now it's I'm getting like a law expert and getting money for the lawyers, and juristical fight is going on since December 2015. So giving a safe space for refugees is, even for a theater with a lot of attention from the public, it's very hard. And there's still an open question: is social involvement and the line between social work and responsibility and professional social care, is there a line, or do we still cross this line? Is symbolic work and responsibility, is it combinable, and what do we actually do in Hellerau? So I leave this really as an open question. So this is one of these nice papers we have to take care about. This is rejection, but not so important. So challenging is also that not all our neighbors really love our work. This is one of the signs in front of the house. We had just before an Israeli company was going to arrive. And we also have from our neighbors a really nice Reichsflag. I don't know how to translate this stupid word. So it's a racist flag, actually, which you can't really reject, but we have to face this flag every day, and also our family. And a car was burned. We don't know what is it. So this is also challenging, but still we believe that cultural institutions can show utopian spaces. We can give a good example. And we are opening the house to new audiences, political activists and refugees. And this can support local communities, provide them with places to meet. And we should really continue in that. I think for us, the next step is our Refugee Art Center, which I don't have as a picture, because it's a platform for artists, refugees, and activists, so that they can express themselves through art, participate in cultural life, and giving also jobs to refugees, which is for us a new step. We opened that in mid-2016. So this is now where we combine all our activities for refugees, the Refugee Art Center. One of the first activity was Word Asylum. So we had a lecture which was telling the stories from refugees in several languages. And Word Asylum was an initiative from the local community NGO, so we give them the space to act in our house. And now I come to one of the nicest times in Hellerau we had so far. It was in February this year. Mashrek to Maghreb was a festival with over 3,000 visitors in 9 days, which is, for us, we have a small space, so we just had 300 places during the festival, so it was really crowded, sold out almost every night, and it was during the holidays, so we were very lucky. We actually had the feeling it was the lacking of information that people made them come to this festival, which was from sunrise to sunset. This festival, and it was with culture from the Arabic world, basically dance a lot from Lebanese. We handed over the house to curators from Lebanese and gave them the space to have the festival run, which is also problematic to have in the Arabic world. So we had contemporary dance from Iran, from Lebanon, from Syria, and many people met there and had questions to the artists. And we really had we had one night, a special, very from sunset to sunrise. We made the durational night, so we had the whole night really nice, exhausting evening with again, food, which is so important to us. People telling their dreams. This is people sitting on the main stage in Hellerau, half of it. You see, again, I was cooking. And as you can see, and this is really maybe not for UK people anything new, but for Dresden, it was really beautiful to have this audience during the festival, telling their dreams during the whole night, or singing like he did. And this was like 800 people in our big hall. And as you can see, like it was, I would say like 80% of them from Arabic and mostly Syria, visiting a concert. 2 nights we had to have an extra concert, which is really, really nice experience for us. Not even the numbers is making Sabine happy, but we had a really nice time and a very special night and experience in our house. Again, we had a kitchen talk extended, as you can see. Dieter also dance. Just having you some more pictures for that. It's Bedna. It's coming with artists from all over the world dancing together and then having together dinner and dancing again. So we would love to have more refugees in our team, because this was one of the positive things we had during this festival, that the refugees in our team, or the people from other countries, really did a lot of community talk and convinced the people to come. We would love to have them more in leading positions and not as volunteers. And maybe one positive thing, they are giving now an integration course to us, because we are having now Arabic language course, and they think that we should now integrate in the new society in Germany. So I say shukran for your attention, and hope to see you in Hellerau again.